York in Texas here. Thanks for joining me. This is Zolder eSeniors Championship, round number 13. We're driving GT4 and I'm in the McLaren 570 in this race. We're looking at my qualifying lap and I did a really good lap. I had broken my personal best earlier in the session, and here I'm just hooking up really well. I'm getting on that apex there. I'm getting some slipstream here. I think it's Mr. Westin who is in front of me, I believe. So this is the tricky curb, or the chicane. You don't want to get too hard on the curbs there, certainly in the McLaren. Coming down to my other Achilles heel, which is this one where I brake, where the red marker starts on the left on the barrier, and try to get as much of those curbs as possible without going for a track warning. So here I'm going a little bit wide and getting a little wiggle, probably losing a little bit there. Coming into this hairpin with pretty good momentum, which is important to just keep the momentum here on the straight. Here I think I'm getting a good slipstream here too. And here's another tricky chicane. Here you can be pretty liberal as long as you don't go over those lines too much. And here we're going to the straight here. And we're gonna actually break into, we're gonna see it here in a minute. We're gonna break into the 137, so it's 137.955, and that gives me number 5 on the starting grid. You see the marker there, that's where I am in the green, black and orange McLaren. Mr. Pano in the white car, we see Christopher and Mediotti. And Mediotti is in the lime green car there in the Porsche, and he's really doing an aggressive move here, and he's coming up into the field, and I'm trying to hook up with these guys and make sure that I stay away from Mr. Roder, who is behind me. So here I'm sitting behind the Mediotti here, we're switching to the inside view. Mediotti is really fast, and he's all over Mr. Christopher in the black car in front of him. So 2 Porsches. You see there's a lot of Porsches on the grid here, and they certainly did well in the qualifying. Coming down to the chicane. Cold tires, cold brakes. But there hasn't been any mishaps. People are behaving. Mediotti is putting a lot of pressure on Christopher. Mr. Christopher in front. I'm thinking about that. Is that Styx song, Mr. Christopher? Anyway, I'm keeping up with these guys. I'm sitting in P7 at the moment. Here we come into the chicane, and they kind of just bunch up here, and Mediotti goes, oh, and he touches, and I do the slow-mo here because I'm doing a pretty good reaction here. Obviously, when you see this in full time, it is a hairy experience. So we're gonna see another view of this one. So here we go. And there's my little correction. And I'm able to get by this kerfuffle here, and I'm up in P5. We're jumping to lap number 6. I'm racing Jonathan Wood here. I'm going a little wide again here. I'm doing that several times, and that was Pano went off, and all of a sudden I'm in P4, right behind Jonathan Wood here. So now I know he's a fast guy, and certainly this Porsche seems to like this track, but I'm really gaining on him here. He's a little bit slower in this chicane than I am, and I'm able to stay with him here. And here you want to touch the apex there and get a good exit out, and I'm able to do that to keep up with him. Seeing those cool windmills there. Common sight in Belgium and Holland and those countries there. In Europe for that matter. Here the 100-meter braking marker coming up really close to Jonathan here. Chasing down the little hill here. Brake marker again here. At this track I'm actually using the where I see the tarmac is getting black. That's kind of my breaking point. I found that a little bit easier to use than just looking at some signs and stuff like that. So right here when it gets dark on the tarmac, that's where I'm braking. So here I managed to come up with to Mr. Wood again here, getting a little bit closer, coming into this section that I know he is a little bit slower than I am, and he kind of just comes into that one completely wrong, so I'm able to get up his the rear of his car here, getting some slipstream there, so I'm going on the inside here and I'm trying to brake as late as I can, but I'm getting an oversteer there, and Jonathan is able to recover. Really good driving, coming up into the next turn there. And he managed to recover that one. I'm going a little, looking at the inside, trying to stress him a little bit. He's going a little wide there, and you see Roder in my rear view mirror up there to the right. So I'm going on the inside here to stress him a little bit. Obviously I don't want to do a lunge there, but it's always unsettling to have someone in the rear view mirror like that. Now we're in lap 17. I'm still sitting behind Mr. Jonathan Wood. Such a good driver. I just can't reach him here. I'm like a minute or 0.8. And we have a lap car here. And, so he's yielding for Jonathan. And I don't think he even saw me, actually. So I thought that he would kind of slow down, but so this is a problem. it cost me some heartache. So here we're lap 31, and here we have a good yield here. I think it's Mr. Miles that's yielding, and now Andreas Pettersson have caught up with me, and he's all over me, and we are past the there was a pit stop in this race. This is a 60-minute race. I should have mentioned that I'm doing this race edit for, and Jonathan had some problems in his pit stop, so he's now behind me after the pit stop. But I have Andreas Pettersson, who has been doing a really good race, and he's chasing me down. And I feel that I'm quicker than him if I do just my regular times. But I'm doing it. I think I'm probably getting tired. So he's able to catch me. So he's putting a lot of pressure on me here. So another blue flag yield there, which did that very good. Coming into this chicane here. So I kind of lost my rhythm here late in the race. It's always there is a period when you start to just slack off, but now I have Pettersson in my rearview mirror, so this is no time to slack off. He's doing an incredible race. And behind Pettersson we have Jonathan, waiting to pounce at any moment here. All right, coming up to the start straight. And I have this down pretty good. but I completely miss it. I completely miss, and I see Jonathan goes wide there too, and Pettersson is able to pass me. I get another little squiggle there, and Jonathan is able to pass me there. I'm so bummed at this point. I mean, I was sitting podium, and all I needed to do was to stay on track, and that's not what I did. So we're jumping to lap 34. Coming to the end of the race, I'm still trying to catch up with Jonathan here to maybe try to recover something out of this unfortunate here. I'm going a little bit wide again. That doesn't help. And I'm going wide again. I mean, I'm completely out of my rhythm here. So that's a lapped car. I think that's Vestine. I'm not sure. Maybe. Yeah, I think it's Vestine. So he's doing a good job there. Don't interfere with me. He has a pretty good pace actually. So I think I'm kind of keeping him down a little bit. But he's a gentleman there. So here we see. You see the car in the pits? That's Pettersson. So I found out after the race that he was running out of fuel. So last lap, because Pettersson went in for fuel, I'm now P4. Now I need to just stay on the track and try to stay a little bit connected with Jonathan here to see if to capitalize if he does some mistake in the last couple of turns here. Coming into the hairpin, going a little wide there. I like to turn with my right wheels on the white and red there. So here's the smoke as we are finishing the race. We see the little fireworks in front too. Coming up to the last chicane, managed that well. So there we are. So all in all, really good race. I'm happy with that at the end of the day. Good points in the championship. I'm actually 12th in the championship, so I have to see what these points will, if that move me up a little bit on that. So please like and subscribe, really appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks again.